Sorry, I gotta straighten out my hat. I gotta look good. #1 gold and silver investing channel on the internet. Let's go, guys. Today we hit some new insane prices for gold and silver, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Today I'm here to answer questions about the precious metals, okay? Any questions that you have, such as when is a good time to enter, when is a good time to exit, predictions, and general investment knowledge, okay, guys? So we'll wait for a few people to join up. Hey, what's up, everybody? We got 2 people in the house. What's up? Hit that subscribe button. And today, they left. That's what usually happens. We'll get a few more people in here. Today, I just had an epic grocery haul. We might check out some of the groceries that I bought that I use to try to stay strong and healthy. So, always willing to answer questions on health and fitness as well, since I am taking my course to become a personal trainer. I already completed the bodybuilding part. Now I'm going to be working on other parts of it. But now we got to hustle. We got to get new subscribers to this channel. We got to grow. All right, guys. Let's grow this channel. And I see the Silver Slayer just put out a video. Breaking, silver just exploded again. So I titled mine, Silver Just Exploded to New Highs. That's what all these titles are going to be. It's going to be silver exploding today. So I figured I'd do my part and try to get some new subscribers to come into this channel today. And we're seeing amazing things. A lot of videos that I see. There's Peter Schiff right there. Kitco News Highlights 2025. Peter Schiff on gold, April's breakout. We're going to have gold and silver continue to break out, I think, here. Especially the faster it goes, the more people are going to want to get on too, okay? That's how it is. People don't want to buy gold and silver cheap. They want to pay more. You know, that's just the way it is. I can understand it, but I don't get it, you know. Mr. 2003. Well, I've been called Mr. 2006, 2008, 2010. I think 2006 is like the most accurate, though. Hello. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? We got gold and silver popping off, guys. Today we're going to talk about why. And the reason is, well, because there's not enough silver. You know, that's really the reason. There is not enough silver, and they've been suppressing it for a long time. So insiders could probably secure contracts, probably so Tesla could get contracts so that they can make sure they have enough silver. And now that all this is completed, they can let silver run. I think most of the big businesses have now gotten contracts directly with the silver and gold miners so that they can get it for a better deal, most likely. They're going to be locked in, hopefully. I've been holding gold since 2003. Yeah, dude, you're doing good. In 2003, it was probably only worth like 500 maybe, something like that. So yes, investments. Yes, we're talking about investments today. You guys can ask me questions, but just so you know, I'm not an investment advisor. I like to think I am, but I'm not. Okay, I don't have Series 7 yet. Okay, ape for silver. Yes, let's go silver. Let's get it. And today we are going to be doing a workout. Okay, I'm going to be doing chest and back and maybe a little bit of arms and shoulders like I always do. Got to keep these shoulders pumping. Got to keep getting bigger, all right? You can always be bigger. You can always be stronger. You can always be leaner, okay? We are in pursuit of physical perfection of our bodies and of our money. Get rich and get ripped. But I can't guarantee you that you're going to get rich. Okay, I cannot guarantee it. But so far, we've done very well on this channel. If you are interested in the precious metals, I want to urge you to hit that subscribe button because I give a lot of good information on gold and silver. Are you a silver holder? Yes, of course I am, dude. I've been on YouTube for 3 years, and I've been telling you guys you got to load up on silver. So I did my part, but I thought my channel would blow up, and I hoped that I would get to more people and I would help others. But as it turns out, yes, I did help a lot of people. A lot of people bought silver because of me. And now sometimes they give super chats to me, and it's nice. I'm getting money because of it, because I helped some of you guys get into the precious metals. So now I am reaping the rewards. Yes, I'm definitely a silver holder. Silver is one of the safest assets to hold. Well, the higher the price goes, the more risky it gets. So I was telling you guys to buy silver when it was at a much lower price. You could have locked in at a lower price, and now you'd be making a lot of money, okay? So you should have been on my Patreon, okay? Check out my Patreon. It's called John's Gold and Silver. It's right on the Patreon website. And I am going to be loading up on creatine. Creatine. This is a good way to help build muscle, okay? I think that's enough. That's enough. You don't need to take a massive dose of it, but you do need about 5 grams of creatine a day, okay? So you guys got to start taking some healthy supplements, all right? Take my daily dose of Cissus. And, of course, we got to take our wormwood, black walnut, and cloves. I just take one of those. We have our prostate formula, good for men. All right, guys, we got 7 viewers in the house. That's good. A lot of people want to hate on me because they say, oh, how are you a financial advisor? You only have 7 views. Well, just look at my stocks. And yeah, I'm not a financial advisor, guys. I'm far from it. I believe I believe in investing in more risky things, you know. But gold and silver are not really risky. But I do like the meme coins and penny stocks. And no financial advisor is really going to recommend that, okay? Other than, you know, myself. And I'm not a real advisor, okay? You guys do have to get that through your head. I'm not a real financial advisor. So I could be wrong. But guess what? Most of these financial advisors are wrong every day, all the time, every year, year in, year out. And they just do the no-brainer. They say, buy the S&P 500. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. But it's not going to make you massive profits investing in a general index like that unless you're investing with leverage, okay? Yeah, utility coins. I think ICP, what's that other one that I have? Chainlink, I think, is a good utility coin. Yeah. Some people think XRP is a good utility coin. SUI, you know. Basically, a lot of coins are claiming that they're utility coins. So it's really hard to know. Oh, I just got a new bottle. Let me show you some of the grocery haul I got today. I picked up a lot of good food, all right? Show you what I got. All right, this is what I take to try to bulk up. I picked up some of this. It's called Ezekiel bread. Picked up some of these. Turkey. I got blueberries back there. I got broccoli and cauliflower, organic. Okay. I got quinoa. quinoa, some green beans, some protein bars, and I picked up this bad boy. Let's go. And I'm going to show you the protein shake that I take, because it's very important to take a protein shake before and after you work out. So I take usually a couple protein shakes a day. All right. So I'll show you what I take for protein, called raw meal. If I could just say one thing, look into specific ISO 20022 coins. Yeah, I know. You guys have been telling me about that for, what, a year now? And I have said that this ISO 2022, this is like a company in Switzerland that supposedly says which coins are good and which ones are bad. You know, I really don't trust a company out of Switzerland claiming that you should only invest in these ones. You know, this is Switzerland, guys. I mean, really? So I don't believe in the whole ISO 2022. Yes, those are going to go up, but I think all cryptos are going to go up. So you got to buy a lot of different cryptocurrencies, in my opinion. How's the work stroll rolling? Good. I can't roll the windows down or turn the car on, or I'll give away my position. Oh. Have you taken a poop yet? Standardizations, they are a global organization that runs global standards. Yeah, I know. They're saying and all these coins are going to claim that we adhere to their standards and all that, and they're just going to pay this company money, and then if they pay them enough money, they'll say, okay, this one's approved, this one's approved. It's all about money, guys. I don't trust the ISO 2022 coins. I don't. It just means that they have more money to pay off this company in Switzerland. Do you wipe from... Oh, I'll just delete this guy. Put user in timeout. I'll give him a timeout for 1 minute. Okay? That's right, guys. We got to get big. We got to get jacked. All right? Death asks life, why do people love you but hate me? Then life answered, because I am beautiful. I am a beautiful lie, and you are an underneath truth. Hey, call me crazy, but I actually go in from the side. I'll just ban that guy. I'll just time him out. I'll give him a 10-minute timeout. So if you stick around for 10 more minutes, you can start spamming bad comments again. All right? Is there a topic, or do you just read comments? Sometimes I just read the comments, but the main topic today is silver and gold investing, okay? So you can ask questions about investing. You can give me specific ticker symbols. You can do whatever you want, okay? I just ask that you don't ask really bad questions. Uncle Rico, can you still throw over the mountain? I've been called a lot of things, but not Uncle Rico. I've been called Jesse Pinkman, B-Rabbit, but never been called Jesse Pinkman, okay? Or I mean, whatever it was. Uncle Rico. Who farted? It had to be you, bro. You smelt it, you dealt it, okay? It was you. Thank you. Thank you. Guys, hit that subscribe button if you want to get ripped and get rich. Not financial advice. But we got to take a scoop of this bad stuff. Bad boy. Got to get some protein before our workout. You got to get jacked, okay? It's very important for men to keep up our strength levels so that we look good and we feel good and we're healthy. Your bones will get stronger if you lift weights, okay, guys? So you got to take your body seriously. Phantom of the Opera. Rich, you're in a trailer. It's not a trailer, and I'm not rich. I never said I was rich. I said I'm trying to get rich, okay? So, yeah, you're the only one who liked it forever. How do you get rich without financial advice? I make up my own financial advice for myself. You have to decide what's right for you, okay? But if you listen to me over the past 3 years, you would be making a lot of money. You know, you'd be making money hand over fist. And guess what, guys? Even if you missed the gold run, you didn't miss the oil run, okay? Oil is going to do something just like gold and silver. Oil is going to skyrocket. So oil is just as good as gold. Do you use Kratom? No. I've never taken kratom. Well, did I? I took kratom a couple times a long time ago, but it didn't do anything for me. They say that you should take kratom if you're trying to come off of other things. I'm not going to mention what these things are, but yes, they say kratom can be very valuable, okay, as a tool to help wean you off of other stuff. So I'm not against kratom, but I don't take it. The richest man is living in a trailer. Hope you've bought some silver mining stocks, bud. Yes, I have a Patreon. You can go to my Patreon. I have my full list of gold and silver stocks and I've been talking about gold and silver stocks for 3 years, and I've been talking about it for a long time before I was on YouTube. Okay, so yes, I have loaded up on gold and silver stocks a long time ago, and now we are reaping the rewards on this channel. Okay, so are you with me, guys? Are you with me? Please hit that subscribe button, and I promise there's going to be a lot of good things to come on this channel. All right. So let me just store a bunch of raw crude in my garage. No, they're stocks. I'm talking about oil stocks, not crude. You should never hoard actual crude oil, because that'd be a bad use of your space, and you wouldn't be able to sell it, and you can't buy crude either. Where are you going to buy raw crude? That's foolish. The best way to invest in crude oil is with stocks. Okay. If you want to get the best oil stocks, not financial advice, but I've got them on the Patreon. I call them my big 5 oil stocks. These are the ones that I think are going to have very high levels of performance. So just as I predicted what gold stocks would do good, and I was correct, I do believe I'm going to be correct on what oil stocks are going to do good. Okay, guys? So I think that's the next play here. The precious metals are still in play, obviously, but I think oil is almost looking like a better opportunity because oil hasn't moved at all yet. So that's why I'm super excited about oil. Just like silver, I was more excited about silver when it was dead, and now that it has come up, I'm less excited. Okay, that's how you should think. When something is dead, that's when you got to load up, and when it goes way up, that's when you got to sell. Okay, in my opinion, you buy low, sell high. Remember that. Buy low, sell high. Okay. So, does simple and inescapable fact of your existence ever lead you to question the foundations of reality? No, it doesn't. Just because I exist, I've questioned my existence, and I have found that the Bible gives us the answers. So yes, I have questioned my existence before, and I believe we have the answer. It's found in the Bible. So, does studying our existence lead to peace or further unanswered questions? It leads to peace. It leads to peace. It should. Okay? If you're searching in the right places, like the Bible, it leads to peace. So, silver is insane today. Silver went up like $7 today. Just like I said it would, I did a video a couple weeks ago, and I said silver was getting ready to explode. I can't make it any easier for you. You have to watch every video that I make, okay? You got to watch every video, guys. I think I told you to invest in those a number of years back. I'm against humans. How do I get my money back? I wasted all my money on a degree on women, gender studies. Why did you do that, dude? I didn't tell you to do that. If you want to talk about going to college, ask me if it's a good idea first, okay? And no, I would have told you don't do gender studies. It's pointless, okay? You can find out about gender studies from YouTube, okay? There's a guy, his name is Entrepreneurs in Cars. This guy knows a lot about the different genders, okay? Entrepreneurs in Cars. He'll tell you everything you need to know about female nature. Does the shadow of your present self avoid you? Do you feel the moral fog settle in the places that life used to reside? No. I can't get a job. Please help. Okay. Yes, you can get a job. You just have to put your mind to it. What is your focus on? Are you focused? You must not be focused on a job, because if you were, you would have had one. Okay. So you've got to focus 100%. Okay, guys, listen to this. Getting a job is a full-time job. And someone told me that years ago, and it's true. If you don't have a job, your number one job is to find a job. So I don't want you doing anything else. Nothing. You can't go on. The only time you should go on your computer is to look for a job. Don't play video games. Just look for a job. Okay. So subscribe, bud. I've been watching you for months. Keep it up. Thank you, dude. What will metals do on Monday? Yeah, that's a good question. They could try to tank them right before the market opens. I don't know. I think they're going to go higher, okay? The bet here, the certainty is that they should continue to go higher until they show us otherwise, okay? So I think you have to be long here in the precious metals until we get a sign that the run is going to be, it's going to be stopping. So you got to buy into the momentum. I think that gold and silver are definitely still in play, okay? So I think they can go higher on Monday. Yeah, thank you for the subscription. Don't you think it's best to invest in physical precious metals rather than insecure certificates shares? Well, no, because I'm making more money on those shares, and I can sell those shares and buy precious metal. So I've always said the place to be is in the mining shares, because those will go up much faster. And then, yeah, you can sell that and then get even more metal. But a lot of people don't like when I say that. These are the gold bugs and the silver bugs. But yeah, that is the best way, is to buy the mining shares first and then to sell those and then get the metal. So right now I'm looking into the penny junior miners over on my Patreon, okay? So if you want to get some of the penny stocks that I'm looking at, hit me up on there, okay? I have a video on there about them. I'm so poor, the squirrel in the street looking kind of tasty right now. Yeah, I've been there before. Even that guy Tony Robbins, he used to struggle, and he used to steal food from the grocery store. And now look at him, the guy's a millionaire. So even if you're going through a really hard time, there's a lot of hope for you yet. There's still hope. Okay, for real. Tony Robbins used to steal food because he was so hungry. And that's not okay. But it just goes to show that you can go from broke to rich. You can go from rags to riches, but you really got to focus on gold and silver, okay? And next it's going to be oil stocks. So, barbecue squirrel. Silver was insane. Yeah. Second squirrel eating comment I've seen today. This guy is my stepdad. No. Hey, brother, I hope you're having a good day. God bless you. Does the Bible says it's okay for me to eat the squirrel on the street? The Bible says nothing about that, but you can, yes. If you are that hungry, then I think you should eat that squirrel. You got to do it for survival, okay? You got to survive any way you can. He's not the best stepdad, but damn, he knows silver. Yes, thank you. Thank you, son. Thank you, my son. Thank you for the helpful tips. I'm so excited to get a job right now. My local college is looking for a gender study teachers, so I'm going to go apply there. Please don't go to work in gender studies, okay? I think it's a pointless endeavor. It's a fruitless endeavor. It's not going to lead to anything good. It can only lead towards negativity, okay? Appreciate that. You got to go into a career that's going to be useful, okay? Gender studies is, it helps if you're going to become a teacher and you say, oh, yeah, I got gender studies. Then they'll probably hire you as a teacher, okay? I think next sector to move next is oil. I do too. I think oil is going to go next. We're right on par. I agree with you, dude. Space exploration companies and robotics, yes. I'm into a robotics company called Realbotics, XBOTF. They make a female companion robot. I am heavily invested in this company, okay? What weighs more, a pound of gold or a pound of weed? Jeez. Let me think about that for a second. It's got to be a pound of gold, don't you think? Because gold is more solid. I think the pound of gold would weigh more, okay? My dad asked me that question when I was a kid. He said, what's heavier, a pound of feathers or a pound of lead? And I said a pound of lead. I was a little kid, though, dude. And I wasn't too smart back then. I really kind of hit my stride. The older I get, it seems like the more wiser and smarter I become. A pound is a pound. They weigh the same. Oh yeah, if it's in troy ounces, there's 12 troy ounces in a pound as opposed to 16. The gold is so bright. Silver shines brighter. Troy is heavier. You still aren't smart enough. Yeah, I'm still not smart enough, but I will be, guys. I will be. So I got to eat this. This is my pre-workout drink. You got to get jacked, guys. You got to take care of your body. If you guys think that your body is important, hit that subscribe button. Now, if you're talking troy ounces, there's a difference. My chain is 93.7 grams. 4 surely don't feel the same. Do you read the Bible? Yes, I do read the Bible. Not every day because I've been working on YouTube a lot, but I definitely got to get back towards my studies of the New Testament. The New Testament is really where I think, well, you should start with the Genesis, but then I think it's okay if you skip right to the New Testament because that contains most of the important stuff, because today we go by the New Testament. We don't follow the laws of the Old Testament, except many of the 10 Commandments were actually carried over to the New Testament. All of them, I think, except for one, remember the Sabbath. So yes, the Old Testament laws, a lot of them do apply, but in terms of salvation, that's what the New Testament is. I got a question. My son got 24-inch 10mm rope chain. That is 144 grams. How much do you think it's worth today? 144 grams. Let me take a look. 10K melt value. You could just type in 10K melt value, okay? 10K melt value calculator. Let's see what we got. It's got to be worth like 60 bucks a gram now or something, or 50 bucks a gram. I don't know. Total weight in grams, 144. Looks like it's worth about 8,700. That doesn't seem right. 8,700? Maybe, yeah, maybe. Maybe it is worth that much, dude. Yeah, I think it's probably worth over 8 grand, yeah. You need to Bible with your trading strategies. Bible before YouTube is broke, yes. Let's say the Lord's Prayer together. All precious metals are measured in troy ounces. Yes, I know. Check the Gary Wayne's books, Genesis 6 Conspiracy, very interesting. I'm so mad right now, I break 5 out of the 6 commandments. Don't break the commandments, okay? Don't break them. I shaved it. I shaved it, guys. I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks good. Lil Wayne. I'm the white Lil Wayne. What's your favorite Four Loko flavor? I don't drink Four Lokos. You know, I used to, but I don't drink anymore. I don't. Last time I had a beer, probably over a year ago, and that was just one. I had a Mike's Hard Lemonade like a year ago, and before that it was like 6 months, and I no longer have the craving to drink. Sometimes I think about it. I'm like, maybe I should get a beer, and I'm like, I don't even need to. I don't want to. Sometimes I challenge myself. I start thinking about a beer, and I'm like, nah, I can easily suppress it, very easily. So when you first quit drinking, it's really hard, but after a while, it gets easier, okay? Guys, just keep trying to quit. You got to quit alcohol, okay? Yep, good for me. Thank you. Dave Chappelle hour sucked. I am drinking a Mike's Hard Lemonade. Maybe it will cure my autism. No, it won't. I was just saying myself that today, glad I don't drink. Yeah. Alcohol is one of the worst things for the body. It's very, very bad. It converts to ethanol, and that's going to hurt all of your organs over time. But if you're a drinker and you quit, your body will recover. The body has an amazing ability to heal itself, okay? But you have to eat healthy. You have to help your body. Your body is always fighting cancer. You got to eat healthy so you can make your body work better at fighting cancer, okay? You are a fake gangster. Sometimes a hard work deserves a nice reward. That's why I like to drink beers and read the Bible. Drink the Word of God, Jesus Christ, and Him crucified. Yes. Just started smoking weed again after 2 years off. Yeah, congratulations, bro. Congratulations. There's nothing wrong with that, you know. It's really the alcohol, I think, that messes you up. A little bit of weed, I think, is okay. Yeah, as long as you don't go overboard. I drink it only on holidays, but I've been smoking since 16. Plus, I have multiple incurable medical diseases that will kill me before 30. Well, I bet you if you eat healthy, your body will live longer than 30. Okay? You're looking at the negative side. You know, if you're thinking negative, you're never going to get healthy. Realize that the body has an amazing healing potential. Okay? I think you can make it past 30. What gang are you in? I'm in the John's Gold and Silver gang. Guys, this channel, we value money and our bodies. I can't wait to work out today, too. I'm going to work out in maybe 30, 40 minutes. They call him, the drunk crashes always make the drunk drivers look bad. Well, yeah, of course it does. And he's response front lat spread. All right, we'll do a good front lat spread for you guys. We'll do a front lat spread. You can check out the lats. Yeah, buddy. Can you work your head out so they'll match your muscles? I wish. That's right, boys and girls. You got a tiny dome syndrome. I got a tiny dome. It's Jason Bourne. The Bourne ultimatum. That's right, guys. Pathetic. Yo, bird chest. One arm is smaller than the other. Bird chest. You got the bird chest. Will Ferrell and Owen Wilson had a baby. Yeah, right. You're a monster. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. You're a monster too. I'm sure you're jacked as well. You look like Kip from Napoleon Dynamite and Tom Green. I get called every name. Jesse Pinkman, Tom Green, B-Rabbit. Yes, I do work out. I have a couple of dumbbells, and then I try to do body weight exercises. I try to do pull-ups and stuff like that. Yeah, I got self-esteem. When you get ripped, you will have more self-esteem. I'm telling you guys, you got to get ripped. It really helps everything. Helps you feel better. Look at it. I'm looking like Larry Wheels in here. Larry Wheels. Thank you. Thank you for saying I'm jacked. You can see the chesticles. I love it. Audio. Audio. Have you been called Quelio yet? No, never been called that. You're not jacked until you can do this. Good job, buddy. Thank you. Sweet. That's how you get it done. Just finish upper body and machine workout. I'm toast at the YMCA. Well, that's a good place to work out. Yeah, machines are great because machines can really help you isolate the muscle. Free weights are good too, though. They say when you get older, it's better to use machines. And I think this is true. Yeah, machines definitely help with isolation. Okay. One machine I want to try is the pullover machine, where you go like this. I really want to do one of those, but I got to go to the gym. I don't go to a gym. I just do push-ups, pull-ups, and curls and stuff like that, raises. That's all I do. I'd probably be huge if I could get more equipment. If I could get to a gym, I'd probably blow up. A punching bag. Yes, punching bags are good. I don't have one of those, but I want one. Know what you should try? Putting a shirt on. Okay, I'm sorry. But, Sam Sulik doesn't have a shirt on in a lot of his videos. Larry Wheels doesn't. Okay. Even when pro bodybuilders, when they go on stage, they don't have shirts on. So why would I wear a shirt? I'm trying to become a pro. Trying to get this chest growing. I got to work on my upper chest too. My lower chest is okay, but I got to work on my upper. You don't look like them. Stop it, man. Oh, I'm trying. It doesn't hurt to try. But a child could stumble upon this video. Well, it's fine to take off your shirt. YouTubers do it all the time, especially when they're in the gym, okay? There will always be trolls. Yeah, there's always going to be trolls, guys. There's always trolls. Check out the abs, too. I think I got good genetics. I think I just need to eat more and get into a gym. And then I want to show you guys what I can really do, what I can really look like, okay? Hit that subscribe button, and you're going to witness an epic transformation. All right, guys? What's your routine? I'm going to show you my routine, but I'm going to finish eating first, all right? My routine, though, it's basically, I like to start off with a heavy compound movement, like rows or push-ups or pull-ups. And then I like to finish off with some isolation stuff, like isolating the biceps, the triceps, and the shoulders. I like to do side lateral raises. I like to do front raises. One thing I don't do is I don't do trap work. I don't really do anything on the traps, but I want to. I want to start getting heavier weights so I can do the traps. YouTube says try again later. I'll try to like. Okay, yeah, I'm going to go live and I'm going to do my workout in a little bit. What's your height and weight? I'm about 6 foot and my weight is about 160. Yeah, I'm an ectomorph, okay? So I'm very skinny, very scrawny. It's hard for me to put weight on, but ectomorphs have one good advantage. They can easily get ripped, okay? That's my advantage, is I can get ripped. Most guys that are ripped say at least 1 to 2 years to get there. Yeah, it takes at least 1 or 2 years to really reach close to your potential. If you're doing everything right in a couple years, you should look pretty good. So you think you are ripped? Yeah, Why are you not ripped? I am ripped. I am. You're not ripped, bro. I'm ripper than you, okay? You see a silver flash crash like Bitcoin to shake out the weak hands. We've already had plenty of silver flash crashes, and they never really amounted to anything. They dropped the price a little bit, and then it was bought up very quickly. So I think silver is going to keep going up to probably around 90 or $100. Michael Oliver is predicting $97. And I think all these guys are raising the bar. They now think silver could go much higher. Okay. David Hunter, his call was for $75 silver, and now he raised it to 100. And I have a feeling that David Hunter is going to raise his call on silver as well. Okay. He's going to raise it again. It's really hard to get belly fat off. Yeah, it is. 2 years, that's ridiculous. Try 5 to 10 years for actual peak tapped out with genetics like you have. Yeah. Got to train longer, I guess. Hello from Huntington Beach. Huntington Beach? I get people from all over, which is really cool. Huntington Beach. Well, and we got the shirt, gold, silver, John's Gold, Silver, and Muscle. I hit my 87,000 subscribers today. Wow, that's really good. You look like you've been casually in the gym for a year, not ripped. Okay, well, thank you. Yeah, 87,000, that's a lot of subscribers. I only got like 4,000. I'm trying to get 87,000. You have to listen to Snake Diet Guy. Stop eating fatty. You got to eat. You got to eat to get big. That's good stuff. Another thing I like to eat. Damn it. Damn it. I forgot to buy calcium when I went out. That's okay. I'll just eat more sardines. Sardines have a lot of calcium. One other question. You see this metal pump a distraction to crash crypto, especially XRP and Bitcoin, for government to load the boat? No, not at all, dude. Not at all. I think that is completely false. I don't think the government wants XRP. I don't think that at all. I think that is it's a good theory, but no. The metal pump is happening for other reasons, because silver is it's a very, very valuable metal for 5G solar panels, the new Samsung batteries. And it's not just Samsung. LG is going to be coming out with silver batteries too. So is every other company in the world. It's going towards more a solid state battery, and those use more silver. So silver is going to explode, aside from it being a pump so the government can buy XRP. Like I said, I don't think the government wants XRP. I think XRP is a complete sham. It's a scam. As I say, I'll buy XRP, but it's got to get way, way, way cheaper, like 50 cents. If XRP goes back to 50 cents, I'll probably load the boat. I'll probably buy a couple grand worth of it. But remember, I predicted that XRP was going to go way back down, and it is. Okay? Do you really live in Alaska? Yes. Facts. Are the enemy good, healthy fats anyway? Stop talking about things you don't know. Fats are the enemy. No. Fats are not the enemy. You can survive only on fat. You don't even need carbohydrates. But carbohydrates are good for building muscle. There's protein sparing, so that when you're working out, you're going to burn off your carbs rather than your own muscle. So The time to take carbohydrates is before your workout. That's why I'm eating this. This has a lot of carbs in it. I'm going to burn this whole thing off. So you can eat as much as you want before you work out, you know. But you don't want to eat too much before your workout. What happened to the bull run? What, the crypto bull run? The crypto bull run stopped because the interest rates were too high. When the interest rates come down, that's when crypto is going to have another bull run. So yeah, I believe altcoin season is still coming. We only had, back last December, everything spiked and I sold because I knew alt season was over. It got canceled. Alt season got canceled, but I believe it will come back. We just got to wait for the interest rates to come down. We got to see what the Federal Reserve does. I believe they will lower the interest rates a lot. So I think that Bitcoin is going to shoot back up and all the meme coins are going to shoot back up. But that's not financial advice, okay? I could be wrong. But I am buying crypto right now. Every week I buy ICP or, Bonk or Pepe. I really like Pepe. And we have one viewer on here that is basically, he's in love with Pepe. And I like Pepe too because it's just so darn cheap, okay? Look at the gold to Pepe ratio. Everyone wants to look at the gold to silver ratio, but we should be looking at the gold to Pepe and the gold to Shiba Inu ratio because gold is way higher than Shiba Inu. So I think it's a good idea to trade your gold for Pepe and Shiba Inu. Now that seems insane. It does seem crazy, I'll admit, but it's not. It's not. Usually whatever seems insane, that's what's going to come true. And you guys will learn this. Like people thought that silver going up to 75 was insane, but I didn't. All right. You guys are on the right channel. If you're watching me, you're on the right path. The path to success and the path to a ripped body. All right, guys. I'm 5'10", 200 pounds, and it's not muscle. I'll probably need another year. Yeah, dude, if you fast, you can speed that up, and you should fast. So it might be a good idea if you just stop eating, You should still take your vitamins and stuff like that, eat some vegetables, but maybe you should try keto. If you do a ketogenic diet, that'll probably take you down to your 160 probably in 5-6 months. You won't have to wait a whole year. So you might want to consider doing a radical diet like keto, and that'll help you achieve your desired goal of 160. Yeah. Definitely give keto a shot, and I think the fat is just going to melt off, and you're going to have a ton of energy. So look up ketogenic diet, and I would give that a shot. I think you can get there way faster. This guy's 5'11", 245 pounds. That's a big dude. I'm guessing you're a lot stronger than me. Eating it's like a protein bar. A natural protein bar. Wow. How much fasting per week? You could take a whole week where you eat nothing, and then you'll just drop so much fat. You'll be burning fat like crazy, and then your body will become healthier. Fasting is very healthy. Just bought 15 ounces a few weeks ago, already up, trying to get into it without going broke. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Just buy a little bit of silver at a time. Because I bet you, if you go in and you buy a whole chunk of silver, it'll probably drop, and then you're going to feel really bad. But if you just buy a little bit of silver at a time, dollar cost averaging, I think your investment will be a lot more stable, and you're not going to go crazy when the price drops. When the price of silver drops, that's when you want to buy. Silver is king right now. Green chain gang. I'm in the green chain gang. I want to try sardines. I heard the ones with the head are better for you. There's probably a lot of healthy fats inside the brain, I want to try yeah, dude. Give them a try. Sardines are very healthy. A lot of protein and healthy fats and calcium. Sardines have more calcium than milk. That's pretty significant, okay? More calcium than milk. Even if you fast 10 to 12 hours a day. Now, I'm saying you have to fast for the whole day, 24 hours. Okay, that's what I'm saying. And you do that for like 3 or 4 days in a row. So you eat absolutely nothing, but you can drink a lot of water. What difference would it make you? Everybody does the intermittent thing, you know, intermittent fasting. And I think this is a bad idea. The people that do intermittent fasting, they eat nothing for 12 hours, and then they usually eat something that's very unhealthy. So these people that do intermittent fasting, you know, and you're never going to achieve autophagy. That is when your body scavenges all your dead cells, and the cells that have cancer, the cells that are diseased and dying. So if you only do intermittent fasting, you're never going to enter a state of autophagy. Okay? And that's really the key. That's really what you want. And you're never going to enter ketosis. Okay? If you only fast for part of the day, you will not enter ketosis. All right? So you don't want to do intermittent fasting. I know that everybody says it's so good, but these people are wrong. I do believe they are wrong. Okay? Intermittent fasting can be okay. It can work if you do it right. You don't want to eat nothing and then go eat fried food. That's what people do. They, oh yeah, I'm healthy. I'm doing intermittent fasting, and then they eat unhealthy fried chicken. You know. So you got to look at your diet when you're doing intermittent fasting as well. What difference would it make if you buy a lot or a little? Well, if you buy a ton of silver and it drops, you're going to feel bad. But if you dollar cost average, you're going to be more stable. Okay, you'll only buy a little bit and then it'll drop. Then you buy a little bit more and then it'll go up, and you'll be getting a more fair price. Okay, right now silver just rocketed. It might not be the time to buy a ton. Okay, because a lot of people think it will have a correction. All right, I don't know. It might. It could go back down to 60 or 65, but I think silver is going to go much higher. You need to figure out your TDE, total daily energy expenditure. Start with 500 calorie deficit every day. Yeah, that's important. I'm learning about that on my personal training course. Yeah, you have to find out, you know, how do you find out? It's really hard to know exactly. Okay, so what you have to do is you look in the mirror. The mirror does not lie. I don't believe in counting calories. I think that you're going to get crazy if you try to count every single calorie. Nobody has the time for that. What you have to do is you look at the scale and you look at the mirror. Like I said, I do not believe in calorie counting. I think it is terrible. You'd be driving yourself crazy every day. Work out like that is counterproductive. Making money in fitness, I'll be watching your channel. Thank you, William. Thank you, William. I appreciate that. What if you're doing with the Klondike? Everybody is different. Yes. I fast and my blood pressure came down. Yes. Fasting will help everything. Fasting will reset your immune system. It'll help you become healthier. You'll be able to fight off diseases better. The number one way to live longer, I believe, is fasting and also exercise. Okay? Fasting and exercise can add 5 to 10 years on your life. And who doesn't want to live an extra 5 to 10 years? Some people don't, you know, maybe. I'm not a day trader. I'm a swing trader, bro. Okay. Can you count calories if you eat a simple meal plan? Yes. If you really want to count calories, you can. But I think it's a lot easier to look at the scale, you know, like if your weight's going up, then you're eating too much. And you should be smart enough that you can kind of get an understanding of what you're eating, if you're eating too much or too little. You know, it's not that hard. Okay. Is protein bar? Yeah, I eat protein bar. Eat set amount on rest days. It's simple. I hope you live with someone else because the thing that was in the doomsday is scaring me. That thing that was in the doorway. The doorway. What was it? What did you see? The scale is also counterproductive because, in my experience, majority freak over a 1 pound gain. I don't. If I gain 10 pounds, I'll just be like, oh, I need to eat less, you know, 1 pound gain. Just tell them if you have a 1 pound gain, don't freak out. Just tell them. Tell them it's probably water. You know, you have to work with your clients. Don't let them freak out. If they call you and say, I'm scared, I just gained a pound, you got to calm them down. All right. If I divorce my wife, is she still my sister? That was a weird moment to come into that chat. Where is my hair? I lost my hair. Some guy broke into the house with a blowtorch and he fried it all off. Or I got in a fight with a weed whacker and I lost. Hey, what's up, dude? My Musicgenics. My Musicgenics. Is that a real chain? Yes, it's real. When people are brand new, it's something they do and you... Yeah, guys, the precious metals are on fire. What are we going to do next? A human figure? I didn't see it. How much was that chain? $2,900. Close your mouth when you eat. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. Guys, we're gearing up for a workout here, all right? I got to eat. Trying to get jacked. But NVIDIA today is up to 190. Let's take a look at oil. Oil is down to $56.93. The price of oil is dropping. I like this. And I do think it's possible that oil could go down to $20 a barrel. And yeah, that'll just be the time to buy. We could have one more dip in oil. It's possible, okay? But right now I am currently buying oil stocks. Just so you guys know what I'm doing. I'm buying oil stocks and penny gold stocks. And I'm also buying meme coins. Okay? I'm already loaded up on metals and gold stocks. Okay? So I'm looking to buy some stuff that's cheap. I always look at what is the cheapest thing right now. And right now, oil is pretty cheap. Okay? You should collaborate with Original Rider G. Who's that in the bathroom? Quantum computing stocks, yes. I don't know enough about those. I don't even know. Well, I don't want to use that as an excuse, okay? I don't even know what stocks there are for quantum computing. Maybe I should look into that. You're probably right. But I also have a feeling that a lot of these quantum computing stocks already went up a lot. But if you tell me one, I'll buy it, okay? Let me know a good quantum computing stock so I can load up on it, all right? Spot silver jumped from 30 to 72. Well, I think we're closer to 78 right now. So good try though. But yeah, when silver was 30 bucks, I told you guys, buy it. I was telling you guys to buy silver when it was 24 bucks. Okay, guys. So I'm also going to be telling you guys other things in the future. So please hit that subscribe button because I think a lot of my investment calls have been spot on, especially silver, gold, and platinum. Okay. Yes, I like Petro, yes. That's got one of the biggest dividends. And the price is only $11.50 right now. PBR. Yeah, it's $11.55. The yield, it says it's 9.23. So it's a huge yield. I'm probably going to get my dividends at the new year. When is the next dividend? I think it's probably going to be at the end of the month, probably. I don't know. Let me see. When is the next PetroBrazil dividend? Next PetroBrazil dividend. 6 cents per share. Yeah, they're going to be pretty bad right now, I think. That can't be. Could it be? Let's see. Stockanalysis.com. Annual dividend is 76 cents, it says. Yeah, the dividends are going lower. A little bit. August 25th was the last one, and that was 21 cents. So the next dividend, it should be coming up. Oh, pay date is December 1st. I don't know. I'm not sure when the next dividend is, but this is definitely a high dividend oil stock. And if you look over the history, let's see, it's going to be locked. It's not going to show you the history. Yeah, they're not going to show you the dividend history. But in the past, Petro Brazil has paid out dividends over $2. Okay. And when the stock goes up, that means the company is going to make more money. So I think the reason that I'm investing in Petro Brazil right now is for those future dividends. Because we know when oil goes up, I think Petro Brazil could go up to between $60 and $100 per share. Right now it's $11.50. I know that seems crazy, but people called me crazy when I said silver was going to go to the moon. And you can see what's happening with silver. So am I crazy? No. I'm definitely something else. I'm not crazy though. I'm very good at predicting the future. That's what I am. All right, guys. Silver, yes, silver isn't going crazy. The dollar is shizzing itself. No, the dollar is still strong. Everybody says, oh, you've been conditioned to say that. The dollar is still strong. But I think silver is predicting that the dollar will go down. But right now, the dollar is not going down. Well, it is a little bit, yeah, but not a lot. Compared to how high silver is going, the dollar is only dropping like a little. You know what I mean? So people always say that silver is not going up, the dollar is going down. Well, my stock account says that silver is going up. You know, especially if you're invested in silver with leverage. The AGQ is 2x leveraged. Okay. And I don't own many dollars. I don't like dollars. So what? If the dollar goes down, I don't care because I don't have a lot of dollars. I'd rather have gold. So the DXY is at 98. So as you can see, over the past 6 months, the dollar hasn't really done much. Here's the dollar. So it's pretty much flat. So the dollar is actually flat, but silver is skyrocketing. Usually you would expect the dollar to go down and silver to skyrocket. The dollar's flat. Okay? When the dollar actually does go down, silver's going to go like this. So I think silver still has a long way to go. A long way to go to get to 300 per ounce. Okay? Silver and gold mainly retain buying power. No, that's not true. That is what, it's what your college professor will teach you. It's what your economics teacher will tell you. And that traditionally has been true. But there are certain times when silver massively outperforms everything. This is one of those times. The rare time when silver goes from being an asset protector to a true investment. Silver has now become an investment, okay? So you can take everything that your college professor said, your economics teacher, and throw it out the window. And stop repeating phrases that you learned in college, okay? These are childish. It's childish to say that silver is not a real investment. Don't repeat what you are told. Think for yourself, okay? Do you work with Walter White? Yes, he's my boss. How do you think about light chain? I don't know that one. You could probably teach economics. I wouldn't want to do that. It doesn't pay enough. You know, what am I going to make? 50 grand a year? Economics teachers, they're stupid. They should be, if they knew a lot about economics, they should be investors rather than teachers, okay? You know, and all my economics teachers were terrible. They didn't know anything about gold. They just said gold's not going to do good. But gold is now outperforming a lot of stuff, okay? Do you remember what the government did to everyone's gold in 1933? They confiscated it. They said, you have to turn in your gold. And as soon as everybody turned in their gold, it went from like $20 an ounce up to 35 per ounce. Do you think everyone turned in their gold? I don't think so. So was it truly confiscated? No. They just said, oh, please turn in your gold. And a lot of people, oh, I'll turn in my gold. Those are the idiots. The idiots turned it in, the foolish. So yes, the government has attempted to confiscate gold. They politely asked, please give us your gold. That's what they did. So should one start holding onto copper now? Yes. Yes. Absolutely, dude. I've been telling you guys to buy copper for 3 years. Okay? Yeah, you got to buy copper. Don't sleep on copper. I have said, don't sleep on platinum. And now I'm saying, don't sleep on copper. You guys got to stop sleeping on these investments. Silver, copper, gold, platinum. Don't sleep on them. This is serious stuff, guys. This is very serious stuff. Mandatory biometric digital ID rolling out in 42 countries. It's 666. Yeah, I think you're right, dude. It is related to the mark of the beast. I am fully with you on that one, okay? We left the gold standard because the reserve was lent out 6 times. Yes, I do believe that we loaned out all of our gold, but I do believe that the U.S. is now trying to get that gold back, okay? A run-on bank could easily ensue. And I do think bad things are coming for the banks, yes. There's going to be another bank bailout, I believe, okay? We're going to go into hard times. So you got to have gold and silver to protect you during those hard times. Everyone's got to get some silver. If you don't have any silver, I would get some, even if it's just a little bit, okay? Love my channel. Thank you, dude. Fresh Extra. Thanks for being a subscriber. We're trying to get over 4,400 subscribers today, 4,400. Don't sleep near gingers. They'll steal your soul. No, they won't. Gingers aren't bad, okay? I've dated gingers, and there's nothing wrong with them. Some gingers can get a little bit rambunctious, and even you could use the word crazy. But they're good people too. Gingers are good people, all right? Platinum and palladium are going to go up. Yeah. Don't sleep on platinum, guys. Don't sleep on platinum. Palladium, there's a big spread on it. You're going to have to pay a big premium. But, it's good if you have a little bit of platinum, a little bit of palladium, but I prefer platinum. Because platinum is going to be easier to sell, I think. And you're going to be able to get closer to spot. If you go to sell palladium, they're going to offer you a lot less. But if you sell platinum, you'll get more, okay? In my opinion. Will the Germans return the gold they took from... No. Thanks, Tony. Tony, my boy. I work with a guy named Tony. And, yeah. Are diamonds worth investing in? I don't believe so, but I'm not a diamond expert. I tell people, don't buy diamonds. It's an easy way to get ripped off. Because they can tell you it's a certain grade, but it's really not. If you don't really know your stuff, they're going to take you to the cleaners, okay? So I tell people, do not invest in diamonds. You can make money on it, but I think silver is better. I think silver is better than diamonds. Because the whole diamond industry is manipulated by De Beers, okay? There's actually a lot more diamonds than they're telling you, okay? They only let so many diamonds onto the market. So the diamonds are not the way to go. I would say silver and platinum are really the best. And then gold is my number 3. Yeah. But yeah, see, the dollar is just going sideways. The dollar ain't even dropped yet. Once the dollar starts to drop, that's when my prediction comes true. $300 silver, okay? So load up on silver, guys. Yeah, you can make lab diamonds too. Lab diamonds are so much cheaper. I heard that lab diamonds cost 1/10 the price of a real diamond. I've got a little gold and silver. I detail cars traded at a dealership, told to throw away or keep everything I find. You found a 14-karat gold ring. That's probably worth a few $100. Yeah. Gold going to 50,000. Yeah. For sure. you know, we got to first we got to hit 5,000, 10,000, you know, but gold eventually, I believe it's going to 50,000. Yes. Gold's going to go up indefinitely, meaning it will go up forever. Forever. Okay. 1 pound of copper, hard to buy. You can buy copper pennies. I would buy pre-1982 copper pennies. That's the best bang for your buck if you want copper, okay? 14 karat ring worth 1,000 minimum. No. You'd have to look up 14 karat gold per gram. It's probably worth around $100 a gram, you know. But I don't know. This is 10 karat gold. I don't even know how much this is worth a gram because the price went up so fast. I don't even know what it's worth anymore. Zig only 3.5, 4.5 grams, 300 maybe. How much is 14 karat worth? Let's see what it's worth a gram. $84 a gram. So 8, 16, 24, 32. So you're worth close to $400. So yeah, $300. A jewelry place would probably offer you $300, and then they're probably going to make about 100. They're going to make 60 or $80. So yeah, $300 would be a good price if you were going to sell it. Well, it would be okay. I wouldn't sell it for less than spot, personally. But still a good find, right? Oh yeah, that's a good find. I'm so happy if I ever find something like that because it's just free money. Nobody's going to say no to free money. I don't know why that guy, he must have lost it in the car. You know? 24 karat is pure gold. My buddy just asked me how my car's doing. Guys, my car is running great. 90% silver coins. I'll say something about that in a second. It's good water. Yeah. Isn't that funny how the refineries stopped taking 90% silver coins and then silver just skyrocketed? So all these refineries who said, no, we won't take those silver coins, they lost money. They lost a huge amount of money. If they would have taken that 90% silver, and now silver has spiked. So these refineries are so stupid. They don't even know what to do. They have no idea. They don't know what to do with the rising gold price. The people that run the refineries probably think it's going to crash or something, but it's skyrocketed. So all these refineries that were rejecting 90%, I knew that was BS. You know, maybe they were rejecting it. I think that was the stupidest thing. These companies don't even know how to run. They're like, oh yeah, we don't want your 90%. We don't want it. Like, how stupid are they? These refineries have no clue. You and I are smarter than these refineries because I was buying 90%, but the refineries weren't. They were so stupid and behind the times that I don't know how you can run a business like that. Because if they would have bought that 90%, they would have made a fortune. But I hear all over, they're not buying 90%. Oh no, let's panic. No. I think they wanted you to rush to sell it because they said, oh, you can't sell it. So people were trying to rush to sell their 90%. And that was a mistake. You should not sell your silver. Okay, you got to get that through your head. Do not sell your silver. Don't let anyone convince you, to sell your silver. These people, they want you to stay poor. The working out shows. Thank you. I'm trying. It's hard though because I got a lot going on. I'm doing the YouTube. I'm full-time Burger King worker, full-time supervisor. I manage 4 portfolios. I have four portfolios. One of them's a crypto portfolio, so I do a lot. I haven't even been doing TikTok videos anymore. I just do YouTube, so I don't even have time for the TikTok. Gold price target 7,000. I've raised my target on gold to 7,000. Is that a half kilo silver? No, this is gold. What state do you stay in? Alaska. All right, guys. So we're loading up on carbs before my workout. You got to get big. Got to focus on getting that muscle. All right. You make $900 a week at Burger King. Well, I'm not telling you how much money I make, but I do pretty well. I do pretty well. I do make enough money that I can invest in various things. My car is bought and paid for. I don't have any car payment. So yeah, you guys, when you're trying to get rich, first you got to try to pay off your car. You got to get out of debt. Because if you can get out of debt, then that means you can use much more of your income for your investments, okay? So stop trying to live like keep up with the Joneses. You ever heard that? Keep up with the Joneses? Don't do it. Let the Joneses be poor and own nothing. These people own nothing. The banks own their vehicles, okay? It's better for you if you have a $3,000 car that's bought and paid for, okay? And you can get a car for $3,000 that's very reliable. Check out the Buick 3800, the 3800 engine. Those are good for like 300,000 miles, okay? Look at Pontiac Vibes. Those are good. Look at Toyotas. Look at Hondas, okay? Find yourself a real cheap car and pay cash. Then you'll be able to invest more, and then you'll get rich. Your car payment will keep you poor. Imagine people paying $700 a month. What if they owned their car and they could take that $700 a month, buy silver, and then they can get rich? Okay, you see how stupid people are? They would rather pretend that they own a car, but the bank actually owns it, and then they don't have any money because they pay all their money to the bank. Most people do not have a mind for money. Most people just try to keep up with the Joneses, okay? So you got to check yourself. Check yourself. How much additional value does silver legal tender versus silver rounds? I'm not sure if I understand the question. Thanks for subscribing, though. Silver legal tender? Silver's not legal tender. Toyota Corolla, yes. The Toyota Corollas are really, really good for reliability. And you want to try to get a manual transmission because automatic transmissions usually will have more problems. Manual is very simple, and it's not going to break unless you don't know how to drive, okay? But it's very easy to drive a manual. Just have someone teach you. Find somebody like me that knows how to drive a stick shift, and they'll teach you how to do it. It's very easy, okay? Spend less than you make. Yes. Pay off your credit cards. Dollar cost average into quality companies. 25% should be alternative assets. Yeah, like silver and gold. Exactly. Oh, junk or constitutional? Yeah. What about junk silver? What about junk silver? What are you talking to? Oh, it doesn't have any additional value. No. It's all by weight. Junk silver is just as good as 999, except that a lot of the refineries are claiming that they don't take junk silver. I think they're just trying to get it cheap, though. But, 999, that's what I buy, okay? I do buy junk silver, but I don't really buy a lot of it. I mostly buy 999 kilo silver bars, 10-ounce bars, and 1-ounce rounds, okay? If I were you, I would just stick with like the 1-ounce rounds probably. And if you have more money, buy kilo bars. I think he means silver. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what he means is the junk silver. Junk silver is like the Walking Liberty halves, 1964 Kennedy halves, Franklin half dollars, Standing Liberty quarters. Any pre-64 coins, okay? Mercury dimes, Roosevelts, stuff like that. And some of those have more value, but they have to be in really good condition, you know, or be a better year, like the 1932 quarter, very rare year. So that would have a lot more value than the silver, okay? But generally speaking, junk silver is just worth the silver. It's not worth anything extra. But in the future, it might have extra value because it's all getting melted down. So I think junk silver coins are going to go up in value, okay? The world is coming to an end. Spend all of your money. The world is coming to an end. That's what they always say. And usually, so far, the world hasn't come to an end yet. They said the world was going to end so many times, and it hasn't ended. We have to assume that the world will keep on going until we see otherwise, you know? Just like an investment. We got to assume it's going to keep going up until we see otherwise, until we see a break in the trend, okay? So the world's not coming to an end just yet. We have time, okay? We have plenty of time. Can we buy silver from you? No. Having gold smelted, you don't need to do that. Nobody needs to have their gold smelted. You can just sell it as is. You can just keep it in the form that it's in. If you have 10 karat gold, 14 karat gold, whatever. But even if your gold is broken, just keep it. You know, you don't need to smelt your gold, but if you know how to do that, then you can go ahead and do that. But I just don't know how. Timu necklace. I'll leave it up to you to decide if this is real, but it does look real, doesn't it? It definitely looks real. I mean, it says 10 karat gold, but it could be fake. One time I bought a chain that said 14 karat, and it was fake. I only paid the guy $20 though, and this is when I didn't know that much about buying jewelry. This guy, his name was, what was his name? Jim. His last name was something really weird. Jim Buchanan or something weird like that. Jim Bushwhacker, I don't know. But he sold me a fake gold chain for $20. He also sold me about an ounce of shake that was absolutely garbage. But this was back in like 2005. World ends in 2027. Silver legal tender coins are government issued currency. All right, guys. I'm going to get going, and I'm going to come back for the live workout, okay? So if you guys want to be here for my workout, come back in about 20 minutes, all right? We're going to be back, and we're going to start training, okay? Yeah, I look like I would buy a fake gold chain. All right, guys. I'll see you back here in about 20 minutes, all right? And we're going to get jacked. Get rich and get jacked.